Good morning. Welcome to the Wichita Police Department Interwatch. It is Wednesday, March 14th. Weather is getting a lot warmer. We are a little over 24 hours away from tip-off the NCAA tournament here in Wichita. We are excited and honored as Wichita was chosen to host the first two rounds of the 2018 NCAA basketball tournament. Today is open practice day and is free and open to the public. We do, as the Wichita Police Department, welcome all those traveling and our community members here that are going to be taking part in the NCAA activities. We also welcome the teams: Penn State, North Carolina State, Seton Hall, Houston, Michigan, San Diego State, Montana, and of course, the Kansas Jayhawks. We've been working for several months to ensure that we are prepared to provide adequate security and safety for all the events surrounding the NCAA tournament. We do want to remind our community partners to help us keep these events safe. If you happen to see something suspicious or see a crime occur, please call 911 so officers can respond quickly and address the situation appropriately. Again, we are excited as Wichita has been chosen to host the NCAA. We understand the increase of number of people brings certain challenges, but we have been working for months with stakeholders to ensure adequate security, allowing everyone attending the activities of the NCAA tournament to do so safely. So again, open practice day today begins in about an hour, I believe. We have 4 different items we're going to cover in our Interwatch today. 3 of those are evade and eludes that have occurred yesterday and late last night, early this morning, and also an armed robbery at the subway over on West Douglas. So let's get right to it. First case number 18C16142. It's an evade and elude that started off in the area of 3500 East Munger. This occurred yesterday afternoon at approximately 12:40. Tuesday, March 13th at approximately 12:40 p.m., officers responded to a suspicious vehicle in the 3500 block of East Munger involving a black Dodge Durango. Officers quickly arrived in the area and located a vehicle matching the description of the suspicious vehicle. It was seen in the area of Cessna and Roosevelt. Officers attempted to stop the vehicle to investigate further when the driver refused to stop, accelerated, and fled from officers. The suspect vehicle ran into the back of a black Toyota at Alpine in El Rancho, which was occupied by a 63-year-old male driver. The impact caused the Toyota to spin and flip on its side. The driver of the Toyota was taken to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the Durango, a 17-year-old male, was confirmed to be an active runaway, and the Durango was confirmed to be stolen under case number 18C506630. A 21-year-old male was also a passenger in the Durango, and he was not injured. The 17-year-old male driver of the Durango was arrested and booked into the juvenile detention facility for flee and elude, 2 counts of aggravated battery, felony theft, and also as a runaway. So it was good work by our officers responding quickly to this call and locating and making an arrest.
What was the vehicle that you said they hit?
It was a Toyota Camry.
I thought
I'm sorry.
This was a truck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just a black Toyota. I didn't say, I'm sorry. Just a black Toyota at Alpine in El Rancho.
Alpine?
Mm-hmm. Alpine.
And what were the injuries to the person?
There was non-life-threatening injuries to the driver of the Toyota. All right. Second case, also an evade and elude. This occurred yesterday afternoon in the area of 600 West 21st Street North. Case number 16159, 18C, of course. 18C 16159. Occurred approximately 2 o'clock. Tuesday, March 13th at approximately 2 p.m. A 2-officer Wichita Police Department unit observed some suspicious activity at the Quick Trip at 21st in Arkansas involving a maroon Ford Expedition and a white Dodge Avenger. The Ford Expedition left the parking lot, and officers attempt to stop the vehicle when the driver refused to stop, accelerated, and fled from officers. The driver drove behind a residence in the 2400 block of North Rosenthal and struck a fence. The 18-year-old male front passenger fled from the vehicle and threw a handgun over a fence in the process. A 16-year-old male driver was also taken into custody, and a gun was located in the proximity of the driver. The 18-year-old male was arrested and issued a court date for possession of drugs. The 16-year-old male was arrested and booked into the juvenile detention facility for possession of firearm by a felon, criminal possession of a firearm by a juvenile, flee and elude, reckless driving, and other traffic charges. Officers were able to locate the other vehicle involved in suspicious activity, which was, again, the white Dodge Avenger at a residence in the 2300 block of North Jackson. An 18-year-old male was contacted at that residence, and through the investigation, he was arrested and booked into jail for criminal possession of a weapon. So great proactive work done by these officers in making an arrest in this case.
What was the suspicious activity that was going on?
Well, it's still an active investigation, so I'm not going to get into all the details, but they did observe some suspicious activity occurring, and they were investigating that further. All right, armed robbery last night at the subway, 1000 block of West Douglas, case number 18C16169. About 9:45 last night. Tuesday, March 13th at approximately 9:45 p.m., officers responded to an armed robbery at the subway in the 1000 block of West Douglas. When officers arrived, they made contact with a 23-year-old male employee. The employee stated he was preparing for closing when an unknown suspect entered the business, walked behind the counter, pointed a handgun at him, and demanded money. Money was then given to the suspect, who fled the store on foot. Fortunately, there were no injuries in this case. We're asking if anyone has any additional information on this case to please call Crime Stoppers 267-2111 or our detective section 268-4407. A description of the suspect is an unknown white male, 6 foot, 200 pounds, in his mid-30s. He had a thick beard, was wearing a black hoodie, dark pants, black shoes, and a black baseball cap. Last case we're going to cover today, evade and elude, that occurred late last night into early this morning in the area of Kellogg and Grove, case number 18C16240, about 11:40 last night. Tuesday, March 13th at approximately 11:40 p.m., a Wichita police officer was on proactive patrol and conducted a traffic stop on a red Ford F-250 for having no license plate. When the officer approached the vehicle, the driver accelerated and fled from the officer, and a pursuit ensued. Tire deflation devices were attempted to be used. The driver swerved in the area of Irving and Meridian to avoid the tire deflation device, struck a curb, and the vehicle flipped onto its top in a private residence on West Irving. The occupants of the vehicle then fled on foot. A 24-year-old female passenger was detained close to the proximity of the truck, and a 22-year-old male was detained following an approximately 2-block foot pursuit. The 22-year-old male was taken to an area hospital for medical treatment. The driver of the vehicle fled and was not located. The driver is described as an unknown white male, 5'6", 145 pounds, with black hair. We are asking if anybody has any additional information on this case, please call Crime Stoppers 267-2111 or Detectives 268-4407. The truck had been reported previously stolen out of Andover.
Can you tell us again the injuries for the 24 and 22-year-old?
The 22-year-old had non-life-threatening injuries. The 24-year-old female did not have any injuries.
What time of day was this?
This was 11:40 last night. Anything else?
The police recruit who was arrested on Sunday, was he fired or resigned?
We can give out employment dates, but we don't give out reasons somebody is or is not employed. Anything else? All right. Appreciate everybody being here. Have a great, safe Wednesday, and enjoy the activities of the NCAA tournament.